Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at an Xbox 360. So this is a standard Elite model. It's a Zephyr motherboard. It was sent in to me to be repaired, so it's nothing crazy going on with it, or crazy that's to be done to it. It's just a retail console that has Red Ring of Death, and the goal of this one is to just revive it, replace the GPU if it's a GPU related issue, and bring it back to life as a retail console. No RGH, none of that fun stuff. I believe it has 0020 after 30-ish seconds, it seems like. We're just waiting for it to show the error codes, but it should be 3 down here. And then since we don't have a faceplate, I'll use this to press sync, and we'll press eject, and we will read the error code together. So it's 3 red lights, and if you don't know, you press sync, eject, and you did that one wrong. So first one 0, second one is 0, third one is 2, fourth one is 2. So our error code is 0022. Should be a GPU related error. So we'll open it up, check to see if this is a Zephyr A, B, or C model. Replace it with a proper GPU. Maybe I'll de-swizzle it. Like I said, end goal, working retail console. So I'll set you guys up, we'll take it apart, and we'll go through the whole thing. And while we do that, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, PCBWay, which is celebrating its 12th anniversary with exclusive coupon and special discounts across its services. For a limited time, PCBWay is offering up to $435 in coupons, including discounts on PCB orders, assembly, CNC machining, and 3D printing. These coupons are limited in quantity, so they'll be available on a first-come, first-served basis. You can also order 10 PCB prototypes for just $5 with support materials including standard FR4, aluminum, Rogers, HDI, and copper-based boards. Purple, matte black, and pink solder masks are also available at no additional charge on eligible orders, with production available in as little as 24 hours. PCB assembly starts at $29 for 10 pieces and includes a free stencil, free shipping, and up to $30 freight deduction. PCBWay is also offering up to 50% off 3D printing and CNC machining, plus special pricing on flex PCBs, rigid flex boards, electronic design services, and selected tools in the PCBWay store. Check out PCBWay's 12th anniversary celebration through the link in the description below. Alright, console's taken all apart. I put on 2 good heat sinks, so this is, I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can. So if I power the console on, and I let it do its thing, if I flip it over, right, it's going to error code, and then at some point it's going to overheat. That's not the point. It had bolts, so I undid the bolts to put on X-clamp heat sinks, right? I want to read the post error code, and the way it works is post outs here. Furthest to the left is FT6U1 here. To the right is FT6U8. So we want to read 765432110. 7's here, 0's here. So what you do is, if I zoom out a bit, you can kind of see my voltages there. If I probe each one of these, I should get 0 volt or 1 volt. So if I do this right, it should say 0, then 0, 0, so on and so forth. It's going to be hard to do it like this one's 1 volt, the one before it's 0. So if I go 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. So that's my code. Actually, last one's 1, so it's a 1 at the end. I noted this down, and the binary value is 0010101. And if you go on Xenon Library and you look up post error codes, I'll leave a screenshot of this. My binary converts to 0x15, which is name fetch offset, description fetch 2BL offset from flash, possible cause GPU SB NAND. This is a retail console, so I doubt it's the NAND. It could be the Southbridge, it could be the GPU. I did take it apart, and it is a GPU RIA, and I believe it's a fixed one, but I have a bunch more GPU RIAs right here. So I think the easiest path is we'll remove the GPU from this, put on a new GPU RIA, I'll reball it leaded. We'll flow it on and see what happens there. I have a feeling that'll fix our issue. So from here, I'll put it on our machine, we'll add some flux, we'll lift the GPU, clean the board, clean the new GPU, reball the new GPU leaded, put it on, flow it on at leaded temps, and let's see what happens from there. So I got the Xbox preheating on my BJ machine, so if I zoom out, we're at 96 degrees Celsius. So on some of the boards, there's this, almost at 100 actually, there's this little glue that's all around and you need to remove it. So I like to preheat to 100 because as you see, like at around 100 Celsius, it just comes off really easy with no problem. So this is what I've always done. I just kind of go around with a little tweezer and kind of like glide them off. So once I glide these bad boys off, I apply some flux around. So I'm going to use Kingbo flux. I'll turn on my fume extractor because you don't want to be smelling in those fumes, that's for sure. And then we'll let her cook around 218, 220-ish. I'll take my tweezers and I'll gently tap to see if it moves. We'll lift it off, clean it, new one, flow it, and hopefully it'll be good. So that's what we'll do next. Alright, so here we are with our replacement GPU on there. So there you go. It's just another RROD GPU reballed on there. So I'm going to put a little test thermal paste and we'll power it on and see if it works. Alright, let's power it on and see if she'll boot this time. So we're still at 3 rings. 0, 0, 2, 2. So I guess it wasn't the GPU after all. So that leaves our NAND and our Southbridge. I still don't think it's the NAND because nothing was done NAND related. Maybe it's a Southbridge. Let's see. Alright, so I didn't capture a bunch of it, but I think you saw me replace the Southbridge on the microscope cam, which is here. That didn't do it. So then after that, I tried RGHing it. That didn't do it. After that, I reballed the CPU. That kind of maybe did it. Replaced this again, just in case. There was a cap or resistor bottom side that probably lifted a bit during the reball. So I put it back down and I believe we got her going. Maybe I lied? No, there we go. So she boots. She's back in a working state, which is good. So all in all, replaced GPU, replaced Southbridge twice, reballed CPU. There was a weird, I think it was a resistor that tombstoned a bit, probably during the lifting or reballing of the CPU. Fixed that in place, works good. So I just need to wipe it up a bit. There's not much flux residue or anything because I cleaned it all up. So as you see there, it's loud because it's not in the case. So we'll put it back together, clean it, put it back together, and then we should be good to go with a fully working console. And also, don't X-clamp stuff. It's not good for you. Put back the original stuff. So that's what we'll do next. Alright, and here we are right where we started back. Console put back all together. Press eject. Easier way for me to boot it without sticking something in and press power because there's no faceplate. Boots up. And it boots up over here. So we're all good. And retail console fully working as requested, fully put back together. So all in all, we reballed the GPU, replaced the Southbridge. We replaced the GPU, replaced the Southbridge twice, reballed the CPU, tried the XT clock to get Zell working, read the postcodes, We had 0x150022 after about 30 seconds. Back working. If you thought this was fun, interesting, useful, leave a comment down below, like, comment, subscribe, that's always useful. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!